Good morning and welcome to the meditation. So as usual, the first thing we will look at our meditation posture, ideally sitting on the floor in full lotus posture. That may be a little bit difficult. Make sure you're not pushing your body, you're not forcing yourself. Make sure you're comfortable. Um, you can try the half lotus if the full lotus is a little bit difficult. Otherwise, simply cross-legged. You can also sit in Burmese style with one leg in front of the other. And if sitting on the floor is difficult for you, you can always sit on a chair, but just make sure your back is straight, your body is upright, ideally also not leaning against the support of the chair. The second thing is that our hands are in the concentration mudra, the mudra of meditation. So with your right hand on top of your left, the two thumbs are slightly touching, and this rests at your lap. The shoulders are even and relaxed. The spine is, the neck is aligned with the spine. You can slightly tilt your head forward, not too much, just so that the vertebrae are aligned with your backbones. A tip of the ancient masters is for your tongue, to place your tongue towards your upper palate, behind your upper teeth, and this helps to reduce the production of saliva. We don't meditate with our eyes completely closed. We leave them slightly open, gazing 1 or 2 meters in front of us, but we don't actually pay attention to what our eye consciousness is apprehending. It is the mental consciousness that meditates. So this is for the posture. The most important of these points is for your back to be straight, for your body to be upright. Now, before we engage in the meditation, the second thing we do is we look at our motivation. We try to make this a Mahayana practice. We try to generate the mind of bodhicitta, the mind of awakening. So for that, we can contemplate how all sentient beings since beginningless time are actually circling in samsara, continuously taking rebirth again and again due to the power of karma and afflictions, going from one life to the next again and again without any control. And in each of these lives experiencing different kinds of suffering, encountering unpleasant experiences. Sometimes some good karma ripens, and therefore the suffering is a bit lighter, or not too much of suffering. For example, being born as a human, or in the god realms, or something like that. But most of the time, and we can see even from our experience that even as a human, there's plenty of suffering. You can think of the people who live in countries that are at war, people who experience sickness, people who experience conflict and obstacles, at work or in the family and so forth. You can try to also generate compassion for the animals that we can see with our own eyes. You can imagine how they constantly, especially in the wilderness, how they are constantly living in fear of being eaten, chased by other bigger animals. You can imagine also what it must be like for animals that humans consider as food, what their life must be like, living hundreds or thousands of them in tiny places and waiting to be sent to the slaughterhouse. Try to generate a sense of compassion, and you can also imagine what it must be like to be born as a hungry ghost or in the hell realms. Even in the God realms, it is said that it is a life of pleasure, but towards the end of that life, when the karma to experience that pleasure finishes, then it is said that they have this clairvoyance. They can see that they are about to die, and they can see what kind of lower rebirth they will take. So you can imagine the pain and anxiety at the time. Anyway, just because we are born in the God realms and having a life of pleasure, even some humans, have a lot of pleasure, not too much experiences of suffering, still, trapped in the vicious prison of the mind, still trapped in samsara. Inevitably, they will pass away, this life will come to an end, and then again, continuously taking rebirth. Try to generate a sense of compassion for them, for you, for all sentient beings, until we cut the root of samsara, until we cut these afflictions, the root of which is the self-grasping ignorance that apprehends ourselves and all phenomena as existing truly. We have this apprehension that I, truly exists objectively from its own side. And therefore, we kind of have this feeling that we are the center of the universe, that we are the most important person, more important than others. Because of that, all sorts of afflictions, mental disturbations arise, such as anger, attachment, jealousy, pride, and so on and so forth. And because of these, we engage in negative actions. We create negative karma that will sooner or later ripen in the form of suffering experiences. So try to generate a sense of compassion for yourself and all sentient beings. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. And try to generate a sense of responsibility. I myself will free all sentient beings from suffering and the causes of suffering. At present, I have this precious human rebirth. I'm endowed with all my mental faculties. I'm born in a world, in a place where the Buddha has appeared. The Buddha has taught, he has turned the wheel of Dharma, he has given all the teachings for so many years. The teachings are still very much available, especially these days with internet. There are many followers of the teachings who can teach it to us, who can help us in our practice, and there are many supporters of the practitioners. So therefore, I have this precious opportunity to transform my mind, to develop my mind, to eliminate all of these afflictions. And I even have this opportunity not only to eliminate the afflictions, but also the cognitive obscurations. Once the cognitive obscurations are eliminated, then the state of a Buddha is achieved, the state of full awakening, the state of omniscience. So this is our goal, to achieve that state, because only in that state we can guide sentient beings unmistakenly. We can lead sentient beings knowing their past, present, and future, knowing their predispositions. We can help them. We can teach them the Dharma according to their capacity. So try to generate this most beautiful mind of bodhicitta. May I become a Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. With this motivation in mind, we will engage in Shamatha practice this morning. So we looked at our posture at the beginning. Remember, the most important is for your back to be straight. And the second instruction for Shamatha is the object of meditation. So if you're familiar with this meditation, you can bring to mind the object that you usually use. If not, I would recommend placing all your attention on the breathing sensation at the entrance of the nostrils. For the entire duration of the meditation that we will do, try to place all your attention there, try to remain there without losing the object. This is the object of meditation. The third instruction is that during shamatha practice, there are two common mistakes that we do. We lose our object either with excitement or laxity. Excitement meaning instead of remaining focused on our object, we start thinking mostly about, the past or the future, what we will do later today, tomorrow, and so forth, or thinking about what happened last night and so on and so forth. So we lose our object. The second way we lose our object is because of laxity, also called dullness or lethargy. The mind is kind of sinking, kind of falling asleep, and therefore losing the object. We don't put enough application on our concentration, and therefore we don't remain on the object of meditation. The last instruction is that there are two antidotes that we need to use to counteract these two errors. The first one is called introspection. Introspection is this mental factor, which is while your mind is focused on your object of meditation, in the background, you have this mental factor of introspection that is checking, that is looking, we call it also alertness. It is checking if I'm actually meditating. So it is a small part of the mind that looks, am I meditating? Am I concentrated on my object of meditation? And if this alertness, if this introspection notices that the mind is not focused anymore on the object of meditation, then the second antidote is called mindfulness, which is this mental factor that makes the effort to bring the mind back onto the object. So for example, alertness, introspection notices that I'm thinking about this afternoon or about yesterday or whatever, or that my mind has, that I lost my object because I'm kind of falling asleep. This introspection notices that, and mindfulness takes over and brings the mind back onto the object and makes sure the mind stays there. Mindfulness is also called non-forgetfulness. So it is about remembering the object, not forgetting the object of meditation. So we will try this meditation for about 10 minutes. Remember the posture, the object of meditation, the two errors, and the two antidotes. So try to apply this for about 10 minutes. gently come out of the meditation. So if we can manage, for 10 minutes to remain focused on our object, then we are already a great meditator. We have already made a lot of progress towards shamatha, towards a good concentration. The ancient masters actually recommended, to do small meditation sessions instead of doing a big meditation session, to do several small meditation sessions. And as beginners, it is good to start with 5, 10, 15 minutes, maximum 24 minutes in a row. And the idea is that at the end of the meditation, we must have, this feeling of wanting to meditate more, because if we meditate for too long, it might be the opposite. We might be, super tired and a bit maybe disgusted. And the next time we see the meditation cushion, we don't feel like sitting. So this advice to do small meditation sessions, to do more small meditations and not fewer long meditation sessions. So we can dedicate the merits of trying to develop our mental factors of introspection and mindfulness, so that we may soon, very soon, achieve calm abiding, which is, required. We need this good, perfect concentration in order to observe the wisdom realizing emptiness. We need to observe it with clarity and stability, so that we can purify, we can eliminate our veils to omniscience. We can eliminate our afflictive obscurations and our cognitive obscurations. So we dedicate so that we might become fully awakened Buddhas very soon, in order to benefit countless sentient beings living on the side. May the precious mind of bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish but increase forevermore. May the wisdom realizing emptiness that has not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish but increase forevermore. We also pray for the long and healthy life of our spiritual teachers, in particular His Holiness the Dalai Lama. May he have a very long and healthy life, and may he continue to teach us for a very long time. May all his holy wishes be instantly fulfilled. We also pray for the swift return of our spiritual director, Lama Zopa Rinpoche, who took the aspect of passing away last year. May we very soon have the fortune to find his unmistaken reincarnation, so that he may continue to guide us and to lead the organization. Finally, we also dedicate our merits, so that all the wars in the world immediately come to an end, and may there be no new wars, may there be no famine, no epidemics, sickness, diseases, may there be no catastrophes of the elements, no natural disasters. And finally, may peace and happiness prevail in everyone's hearts and minds. Thank you very much for joining us this morning, and have a very beautiful day. Bye-bye.